Now, there's a misconception going around. People tend to think that myself and Tommy Robinson are friends because we sat down to speak about freedom of speech over 2 years ago. This is a falsehood. Myself and Tommy Robinson have never been friends.
But the thing is, okay, so when I spoke to Tommy Robinson myself, right?
Yes.
I told him that...
That was a good interview.
Thank you very much. You were there.
Yes.
But he said specifically, right?
Yeah.
That he does not... I told him I'm a black nationalist.
You did.
Right? And I said that to him. He said he's a nationalist, because I asked him if he's a nationalist.
Yes.
And he said, yeah, I am. And I said, okay, cool, because so am I.
Yes.
And he said, yeah, but my nationalism isn't along the lines of race.
Yes.
Tommy Robinson specifically said to me, to my face,
yeah.
his nationalism wasn't along the lines of race.
Yes.
However, his call to... Let me just play this.
Bullshit, political policing. Where you stand there, you let your police officers get smashed off horses. You let your police officers get terrorised in our capital city. You embarrass your police force in front of the whole world to watch. Because you're too soft-handed. Because they're not fucking white, basically. You don't enforce the law because there's too many people who aren't white. And you don't know what to do you? You don't even draw your bands, you don't put your riot gear on. You let your officers get clapped from the side.
It doesn't sound too much like a nationalist who wants everybody to join him.
Right, he's specifying whiteness.
He is.
He's specifying.
And he called out to people like the FLA,
yes,
and so on and so forth,
yes.
and that's just another code word for white, as far as I'm concerned.
And this is it. This is it again.
I just see, don't know how many more of you have seen. I've seen someone's put up for a unity demonstration in London next Saturday. Do you know what? If you're a lad, or you call yourself a lad, and you're a football lad, and you go to football, and you give a shit at all about our country, our history, our culture, our identity, I expect you're going to be in London next Saturday.
Our history, our culture, our identity. He says he's not. He said to me in our interview, he is not a nationalist along the lines of race. But when he says our history, our culture, our identity, I don't think he's talking about me and you, people.
Who is the our?
Our. Who is the our?
Who's the our? Now, you see, you said earlier on that when you speak to people, there are times when you speak in order to give them enough rope.
You have to give people enough rope to hang themselves.
And I think that he has completely miscalculated. Now, we believe in free speech to such an extent that we remember when he came to...
Sorry to cut you, but if I ask you a question...
Yes.
If I've interviewed a lot of people...
Okay.
Right? Black, white and otherwise.
Yes.
I ask...
Left wing, right wing,
it doesn't matter.
Muslim, anti-Muslim.
Anti-Muslim. Yeah. I ask you specific questions. And the reason why I ask you these questions...
Yeah.
I'm not asking... And I will ask them and I may be jovial with you and I may throw away but I'm asking you these questions specifically to hear you say certain words and to put yourself in a certain position.
Yeah.
I can come to you as a blank canvas, but if I ask you a question and you tell me something, I will hold you to it. Mm-hmm. Tommy Robinson said to me, to my face, one, I'm not a racist. He's not a racist. He said, two, he does not be a nationalist along the lines of race.
Yes.
According to this rant, seems like he's gone against everything that he said.
Well, there's another way you can look at it.
Okay, go.
It may well be that he was not being truthful
when he was speaking to me.
When he was speaking to you,
you can look at it like that too. You can look at it like that too. I'm open to all options.
Yes.
He could have been sitting in my face.
Yes.
And lying to me.
Yeah.
However, or he could have changed his mind since that time.
Do you think he was lying?
I don't know he was lying.
Yes.
That I can say my opinion. I don't know he was lying. But I can only go with what the evidence is. The evidence is that he told me that he wasn't a racist and he told me that he doesn't nationalize along the lines of race.
Yes.
However, he's shown himself to be Slightly racist. That was a racist rant.
I'm not sure what slightly racist is for me. Either you're racist or you're not.
No. Yeah. I tell you why I say slightly racist. I personally believe that there's a scale of racism. This is my personal opinion. You have ignorance. You have white people being ignorant, or other races being ignorant towards other races, and then you got people who will throw up Nazi signs and say Heil Hitler. Right? I believe there's a scale. I believe my personal belief is Tommy Robinson sits somewhere along that scale, which is why I said slightly racist. Right? Do you know what I mean? Like, I believe he's on that scale.
Right? So like I said, if you look in my face, whether it be you, do you know what I mean, whether it be anyone, that I ask you specific questions for specific reasons. Because if you tell me this is who you are, I will believe you.
Yeah.
But if you go against it, I'll call you out on it. And so the reason why I'm speaking like this is because you sat, not you, but Tommy Robinson sat in my face, told me he wasn't a racist, and also told me that he doesn't nationalize against along the lines of race. Totally gone against what he's actually said.